Test Drive with Graham Fletcher.
This week on Test Drive we look at the 1991 Buick Reatta, a convertible for all seasons. In the summer form as it is now, it looks very clean because of the hard tonneau cover. When you put the top up, it actually has a workable rear defroster in a glass rear window, something very handy in winter. Having run into some rather inclement weather, it's always nice to reflect on the pleasures of summer. If you happen to be an automobile buff, what better way to reminisce than to review a ragtop? From a style perspective, the Reatta is probably one of the prettiest convertibles available. The 91 Reatta features a new electronically controlled 4-speed automatic transmission. The shift control is now handled by the same computer that looks after the engine. The end result is impeccably smooth. The engine is GM's popular 3800 V6. The version of the 3.8-litre used in the Reatta features tune-port fuel injection. Tromp the gas pedal and the 170 horses and 220 pounds-feet of torque pull the car to speed quickly and smoothly. On the skid pad we required just under 11 seconds to reach the 100k mark. In the pylon test, the tight suspension and large Eagle GT Plus 4 tyres allowed the Reatta to bob back and forth with great aplomb. To be frank, I was very pleasantly surprised because on the open road, the car feels as though it has all the rigidity of a cardboard box with the lid removed. Over large bumps, the entire steering column moves laterally, which to say the least does not inspire confidence. Bringing the Reatta to rest is quick, stable, and with the ABS feature safe, even in adverse situations. A good choice of tyres also helped. We required just 119 feet to stop this heavy 3,700 pound car from 80 kilometers an hour. As the song says, if a picture paints 1,000 words, this front 3/4 says more than I ever could. What makes this a particularly clean conversion is the hard tonneau cover. It hides the top perfectly. The other advantage is that there are no nasty pop studs to use, and you don't have to try and fit a tonneau that always seems too small. Inside the Reatta you are treated to a full complement of luxury. The leather seats are power operated and fully articulated, featuring no less than 16 adjustments. Despite their flat appearance, they manage to provide plenty of support and comfort. Other items of note are the electronic climate control and a remote keyless entry system. When it comes to the instrument cluster, or should I say clutter, the Reatta takes a nosedive. The radio is full of fiddly buttons that are next to impossible to use, even without gloves on. Good luck in winter. I have more to say on the actual dash later. Lifting and lowering the ragtop is accomplished with ease. However, when it's down, it eats into an already tight trunk. Now it's time for my pet peeve, and on the Reatta, it's this dashboard. To begin with, I don't like the digital format, and secondly, with it being a ragtop with the top down, all of these symbols wash out to the point where you're driving blind because you cannot pick up any of the relevant information. Now to the scoreboard for the final ratings of the 1991 Buick Reatta. The Reatta is very competent in the handling department thanks to the 16-inch Eagle GT tyres and a supportive suspension. The lack of body rigidity hinders things a little, but the pleasure of open-air motoring more than compensates for this. I get tired of saying this, but another superb showing from an anti-lock brake system. Stops from 80 kilometers an hour, average 119 feet. Bumping the horsepower up to 170 and the torque up to 220 pounds-feet certainly helps the Reatta. We took just under 11 seconds to reach 100 kilometers an hour. Not quick, but more than acceptable for this type of vehicle. For a convertible, the Reatta proved to be extremely quiet. We registered sound levels of 73 decibels at 100 kilometers an hour. The fact that the ragtop is lined and sealed properly really helps in this area. We averaged a surprisingly high 27 miles per gallon or 10.5 litres per 100 kilometers during the test. I say surprising because the ragtop tips the scales at a hefty 3,700 pounds. For my money, the Reatta is one of the best looking ragtops around at the moment, and when you consider the price differential between it and something like the Allanti, it ranks as one of the better buys in the upscale market.